Star Wars is still popular today, with Disney running it. However, it is a visibly dying franchise. To me, Star Wars before George Lucas sold the rights away to Disney was simply better. So the question arises, what if George Lucas never sold Star Wars to Disney? Well, the first few events are pretty self-explanatory. The Clone Wars would finish pretty much the exact same way it did a few years ago, because it was planned out before Disney took over. In fact, I think the original animations back from 2012 actually got leaked, and they're the exact same. Then there's The Bad Batch. The characters of this show were created by George and Dave. However, the show was made and released under Disney. I can't say for sure whether or not it would have been made with George, but personally, I'm gonna guess it wouldn't have been. Or just like a one-off season. Now, Rebels is a bit different. Since it's Dave's work without George, yes, I do think we would have gotten a Rebels show, but I think it would have been different with the involvement of Lucas. I mean, I really can't see George looking at its animation style and saying, "That animation style sure is sweet, Dave. Let's go make the entire show with it." Anyways, now with the obvious things out of the way, we can get to the more arbitrary ones. Do you remember how toy aisles used to look in the 2000s and early 2010s? Well, I do, and I specifically remember when there was an entire aisle completely dedicated to Star Wars. And they were always the best toys. Compare it all to today, and it's crap. You can't look at the small section of Star Wars toys they have now and not think they're entirely crap. Well, George is part of that reason, and by that I mean Lucas was responsible for the huge, crazy amount of toys sold. He literally made specific changes to the movies so he could sell more toys. And today, Disney just doesn't think in the same way. For them, it's more about the screen than toys. So today, there would still be those same aisles solely dedicated to Star Wars. Now, it's pretty obvious that almost all the Star Wars shows and projects that are coming out today, or that have come out in the past, just wouldn't have been made with Lucas in charge. But what about Ahsoka? We already established that the Clone Wars and Rebels would have been made, so why not Ahsoka too? Well, to be honest, I think it's a long shot. Mainly because the large focus on Ahsoka's character these last few years mainly stems from Dave's attachment to his character that he created. I just don't see George having that same love for Ahsoka. And I think he would have realistically killed her off at Order 66 because her character surviving the Empire just poses a lot of issues that I don't think George would have wanted to waste time filling in. But also, she is the apprentice to Anakin Skywalker, so I don't know. Now we have reached the big part that I'm sure most of you have been waiting for. The absolute, perfect, beloved by all sequels. In case you haven't picked up on my sarcasm, I'm joking. It was a joke. Like Luke trying to murder his own nephew. Haha, funny. No, but seriously, these movies would be completely erased from existence. Since I think we can all agree if someone even pitched him the sequel trilogy, George would have died of brain rot. Instantly, on the spot, in his chair, gone, just dead. Except for The Force Awakens, that movie was alright. So what would have George made instead? Well, he actually had his own sequel trilogy mapped out, which was unfortunately scrapped by Kathleen Kennedy and Disney. In his trilogy, it would have followed the wills of the Force, which were basically the controllers of the Force, aka midichlorians. This means we probably would have gotten to see Luke, Han, and Leia reunite, since that's George's style and he created those characters. He, out of anyone, would have wanted to see them reunite too. This would be really cool, mainly since with the passing of Carrie Fisher, it's too late to have that, and I mean, it's already been made. It's just an impossible reality, and it's a bummer. Okay, so anyways, at the end of the day, after George's passing, LucasFilm's ownership would probably be passed down to one of his children, with, of course, Dave Filoni having full creative control over all Star Wars projects. Anyways, that was today's video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Also, by the way, these videos do take quite a bit of time to make, so it would really help out the channel if you could just drop a like, or don't, it's completely up to you. But side note, if you don't, I'm going to put Ewok poop in your Banta milk. Also, subscribe if you like this kind of content. With that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful day, and as always, may the Force be with you all.